Hello everyone, Zaid from morethanjustreviews.com bringing you another Kotobukiya Bishoujo statue unboxing and review. Today we're looking at the Wonder Girl statue as part of the DC Comics Bishoujo line from Kotobukiya. This one is an interesting choice since Wonder Girl isn't a main character, is considered a supporting character, so it looks like Kotobukiya is digging deeper into the DC universe to give us some new bring us some new characters to add to our collections. Wonder Girl first appeared in the 1996 comics of Wonder Woman as a supporting character. She's portrayed as the daughter of an archaeologist who stumbled upon some artifacts, and those artifacts gave Wonder Girl her powers. She's also appeared in the Young Justice and Teen Titans comics, and her most recent appearances was in the New 52 edition of the Teen Titans. She is again illustrated by Shunya Yamashita, just like the other statues in this line. And if you look at the illustration over here, it definitely is a very nice illustration, just like all the other statues. The box itself is very similar to all the other Bishoujo ones. You have the front box with the open cutout so you can see the statue inside. The another smaller illustration on the side here, and the back of the box does have photos of the actual product and a little bit of a description of what you're getting, including a little bit of background about Wonder Girl and some background about the Bishoujo statue line. The statue itself looks similar to the illustration by Shunya Yamashita. The biggest difference that I could see, at least from the outside of the box, is the face. The eyes definitely look a little bit different as far as their orientation, and the mouth definitely is wider on the statue. So it is a little bit different, and in my opinion does deviate a little bit from the normal Bishoujo style that we see from Kotobukiya. But I think the best way to really judge that is to open her up and look at the actual statue itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox her. Here's the statue. It does have a lot of protective film that you could see already on the box, which is something that Kotobukiya does with most of their Bishoujo line. Really nice touch, really, to protect some of the more delicate parts. It does have the clear tape, like the most of the other Bishoujo lines, so you just have to cut it here on the sides. Same on the other. It does look like the clear film, though, and this one is a little bit entwined with the tape, so hopefully it won't give me too much trouble opening it. It's pretty simple. Okay. As you can see, the tape is a little bit stuck to the film, but no big deal, really. Statues over here. The box does come with the lasso separately, so we need to take that out as well. So here's the statue outside of the box. I've attached the lasso to the hands, and I'll get to that in a moment. The statue is nicely sculpted. You could see there is a nice sculpt going on here with the jeans. So there's a lot of movement, and it looks like it adds a little bit of fluidity to the statue. You have the sculpted on shirt as well with the emblem. The back of the statue, same thing going on. The hair is fully painted. There is no translucency on this statue like some of the other Bishoujo ones. It's a solid color. I think it would have been nicer to have some sort of translucency like we do on the other statues, especially with the blondish hair. This one does not have it. The paint application is nicely done. You have some, different variations in the blues on the jeans. You do have some bit of shading going on in the reds over here with some darker colors to add bring out some of the additional details. The actual gold color, though, doesn't have any kind of darker shades, so when you look at the emblem up close, you're really not getting any of the details that you see in the grooves on the emblem itself. Same thing around the edges. It's basically just gold on red. There is no darker shades or any kind of washes to bring out the extra details. Skin tones are nicely done. It's normal for the Bishoujo statues to have very nice skin tones. She does have earrings that you can see here that are also painted red. My biggest complaint that I mentioned earlier is in the face, and if I bring this a little bit closer, you could see that the mouth is pretty wide on this one, and the eyes are definitely in a different orientation when you compare it to the actual illustration from Shunya Yamashita. So it's a little bit different, and in my opinion, although it still looks nice, I think it deviates a little bit from the Bishoujo style that we've seen from Kotobukiya, especially with the mouth. I think the wider mouth really throws this one a little bit off. But it is what it is, and that's what we got. Now, I thought the face was going to be my biggest gripe with this statue, but I have to say that Kotobukiya really didn't do themselves any favors with the design of the lasso. The lasso attaches to the hands using these little pegs that you attach into the hands on the sides over here, and I could tell you that it was a pain to put these in. They just don't fit correctly, and whenever you get one side in, the other side slips out. It's a terrible design, and I really wish that Kotobukiya really, had thought about this before they brought the statue up. I think a better design would have been if this was one solid piece and you somehow slipped this around the hand to keep it in place, because right now this was an exercise in frustration. And to be honest, I'm probably going to try and put it in one more time, but it really took me 10 minutes to try and get it initially in, and it's just really, really frustrating. And even then, it's not a perfect fit. You could see some of the whites sticking out from the hands because it does not fit correctly. And I really looked at the edges to see if I could line them up correctly with the grooves, but it just does not work well. This design is terrible, and I think that for any future ones, Kotobukiya should really shy away from trying to do something like this in the future. This one obviously is gold color, and one of the biggest complaints with gold on the Kotobukiya statues is rubbing off. I'm not seeing that here. Sometimes it happens down the line a few years later. I can't say if it will happen or not, but from what I could see, at least from the gold colors here, nothing rubbing off, so this appears to be okay. And obviously, when I was struggling trying to get this on here, you do have some additional, there's a little bit of scuff marks here, some scuff marks here on the hand. It really is a terrible design, and I really hope Kotobukiya was, a little bit more thoughtful in how they did this, but it is what it is, and this is what we got. Overall, it's a nice statue, not really my favorite. The design is nice, but the character itself isn't, one of the must-haves character, and the problems with the face and the problems with the lasso really detract from the overall experience, I would say. So, if you're a completionist and you really want to have every Kotobukiya Bishoujo statue in your line, I'd say go for it. But otherwise, it's not a must-have, and in my opinion, it's only probably the hardcore fans will get this. One last thing to add is this one is, again, permanently attached to the base using a screw, so don't try to force it out, otherwise you'll break the statue. The base itself is pretty nice, I would say. You have the 3 stars on the bottom, so it does add a little, it's not your standard fare, round base, so it does add a little bit of a visual element to it, but overall, I think the statue is okay. not really one of Kotobukiya's best, but for the completionist out there, I'm sure they're going to add it to their collection. The statue itself was probably in the $65 or $70 range, but it wasn't too expensive. But given the fact that you're having all these issues with it, with the lasso, and the fact that it's not really a one of the main characters in the DC line, probably could have gone for a little bit cheaper. But overall, nice statue. Not a must-have. If you're a completionist, you're probably going to get it. Otherwise, you'll probably stay away from it. This has been Zaid for morethanjustreviews.com, bringing you another Kotobukiya DC Comics Bishoujo unboxing of the Wonder Girl statue. I hope you like it. If you do please comment and subscribe, and hope to bring you more reviews in the future. Thank you.